And welcome back. It's 8:42 now, and you know, with the economy as tight as it is these days, a lot of fathers might be finding it a little difficult to spend some quality time with their kids. Whether they're unemployed and working hard right now to find work, they're working 2 jobs trying to make ends meet, or simply just not in the mood for family because they're despondent or they're feeling helpless as a provider. Tom Watson knows a little bit about this. You're a father, you've got 3 boys, you're an entrepreneur, you're the author of a very sweet book I found. It's called Man's Shoes, The Journey to Becoming a Better Man. And I think it's just a fantastic book. It's very sweet. Yeah. And you said that you started this book as a journal to your... How did you start it?
I had a stroke 8 years ago, and I actually was worried that, you know, who would tell my sons about this journey that their dad had been on. So I wrote them a journal about my journey. So
let's talk about your journey just a little bit. You've been through a lot of times. You've faced adversity. You know a little bit about it. But let's speak very generally. You know, we heard a lot about the guilty mom syndrome.
Yeah.
Did dads face this too?
Yes, dads face guilty dad syndrome, being away from the kids, not spending enough time with their spouse. We just don't verbalize it the way maybe you ladies do. We're a bit like knuckleheads. We internalize everything, and so we just don't verbalize it the way maybe the women folk do.
And you know, I can imagine that from society's perspective, and certainly for a man looking upon himself in a tight time and not having a job, you know, I think there's certain things are expected of a man. And when they are employed for 6 months and then 6 months turns into a year to 2, maybe 3, how do you get back on your feet again? How do you get back on the horse?
Well, one of the big things, you know, is just to keep some faith within you that you are a good person, and things are going to work out. Lots of times when we're going through our toughest times, we always think that this is going to kill us. And in the end, when we look back and we see that we got through that, lots of times we say, well, that wasn't that bad. Yeah. We made it, right? So with support from your family, with support from your spouse, your friends, you're going to get through this. Yeah.
And you know, sadly, even if you do put on a good face and a very brave face, and certainly I would imagine for a father of 3 sons, it's hard to hide it. You know, even if you are putting on a brave face, these kids know what's going on. So you have some tips, you say, on how to be a good dad in a tight time.
Well, there's quite a few things that we can do. You know, the biggest thing is spend time. You know, while we're out there searching for work, or we're getting, maybe we've got 2, 3 jobs on the go, or it's a global workplace now, we're traveling. So spend time. Be there in body, but also be there in mind. Yeah. And lots of times we're not there in mind. We're there, but we're not there. Right. So shut off the cell phone, shut off the TV, and be there for your family.
And you know, a lot of times we have to remember that it's just enough to be there. We don't have to be uppity. You know, I mean, they just appreciate the fact that, you know.
Exactly. I found when I've had my biggest struggles with my sons is when I'm there, but I'm not there.
Yeah, and they know it. So. All right, Tom Watson, it's a very timely issue. Tom Watson, author of A Man's Shoes, and you talk a lot about fitting snugly in those man's shoes. This is the journey to becoming a better man, a better husband, a better father. He has a book signing. We have details on where that is if you'd like to talk to him. You can also find the book on Amazon.com, and we've got the details on our website too at myfoxtampabay.com. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks.